that
Um,
correct?
yeah, that's really for the buyer side. So on the listing side,
Okay.
you don't need to worry about earnest money usually. They're either going to deposit with their brokerage or with the title company. It would be very rare that they deposit it here. If it's an unrepresented buyer, then yeah, you'd have to worry about it, but usually you don't have to. But you should set that up because then when you have these
Okay.
buyers that work out for you, you're ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. I did set that up. I just was like, I guess I need this. I don't know what else I need.
Yep.
Um,
Well, and
and
we have
then
a
what?
different version, an old way that we used to do it, but this new way is actually cooler because now Jeanette is plugged in, and so she can just request it for you and do it really easily. So you're like on a team, you get to see each that she requested it and it's deposited and everything like that. So it's improved from our last version. So you're lucky to get the better version. Just starting out.
Awesome. Um, and then I guess if we're going to do a 1031 with
Mhm.
some of the owners on this listing, I should probably get them to sign a buyer's agreement and help them start to identify a property as well as figuring out exactly where they want to go for their 1031 exchange, which company
Yeah.
they want to use, right? Okay.
Yep. Yep. And Real Advantage Title has a 1031 company. If you don't know where to go, you can just default to them. If if those clients have done it before and have a say in it, then you can use that one. But to be honest, they don't do a lot. Like it's just kind of they're holding money and making sure everything's done correctly. So if they don't care, I would just do it with the Real Advantage one because then Real Advantage is sending them the money. When you go buy again with Real Advantage, you can just send the money back. It makes it a lot easier overall. So should be.
Okay. I gave them a couple different options based on people that I talked to that do just the 1031 piece essentially.
Mhm.
So I think they were going to go with one of those. I did talk to the sister company that Real Advantage sent me as well. Um, I think they seemed a little more expensive than the other company, so they'll
Mm.
probably go with the cheaper option.
Yeah,
Um,
might as well. I don't think
and yeah,
whenever I've done it, it's like, what did you even do? You held my money and then you gave it to the title company when I said I was closing. Like, doesn't seem worth anything. I could
yeah.
have done it if they would let me.
I know. Yeah, they're kind of expensive at some of them. There's quite a range on it. I've noticed. My
Interesting.
parents are using them for another couple. They've done it with a couple properties lately because they're kind of closing out their whole portfolio, especially all the properties that my grandpa had, passed down to his kids. So
Mm.
that's why like we're doing this one, and then my parents just did a couple other ones, but they have a couple more properties. Oh yeah, I have a couple properties that are coming up that I can sell for them as well. Not
Sweet.
necessarily right away, but really excited. Glad I got my
Yeah,
license.
it's perfect. Yeah. Well, good. As for your fourplex, you shouldn't really worry too much about showings and things until probably about 3 weeks. If you don't have an offer or a lot of interest of people wanting to walk through um, in 2 to 3 weeks, that's when you start to have the conversation of we priced it wrong and we're too high. But fourplexes are a little different than just like a normal house. With normal homes, you want consistent showings. With fourplexes, you want interest. So people calling you and things like that because it's almost like the showing is the afterthought. Do the numbers work? And if they work, then let's go see it to double check. So you get fewer showings, but then those showings are usually a little more serious rather than like a person buying their personal residence. They will have to walk through it before they even make sense. So as long as you're getting questions and people reaching out and things like that, that is good. If you get to the 3 week mark and you still don't have anything, that's when I would be starting to talk and say, hey, we should probably be looking at a price adjustment and change it from there. But um,
Okay.
3 weeks, by the way, is just a rule of thumb. That's my favorite because then it shows people that you're moving it, you're not waiting too long. But it's really up to the sellers and what they want to do. If they're okay of waiting, maybe they're gonna wait for the market to come up to where it is. Maybe if the market's going down, they'll never get that and it won't sell. That way, that's why I like the 3 weeks. If we're off, we come down and we're moving faster than the market is if it's going downwards. If it's going up at some point, we're going to be a good enough deal if we've moved the price every 3 weeks. So that's kind of my default. Um, but it's up to the sellers and what they're willing to wait for.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we've actually had a couple people. I had somebody call me for looking to rent the place because they saw my sign
hmm,
and they were wondering if they could rent it. So I told them that the unit rented at 1,300 and they actually were like, okay, can I come see it? So I
sweet.
think that we can show that the rents can be bumped. Hopefully, we'll see. I haven't
Yeah,
heard back from the property manager if they decided to move forward, but he did say he's had a couple people interested even at that price. So,
nice. Yeah, that should be helpful too to show that that is real and not just like, oh, you probably could get this. Because some people will look on the MLS and see like, oh, this is what rents are. Like some people will think, oh, these are low and we have the opportunity to raise them. And others will be like, oh, this must be crappy because rents are low. And so
yeah,
showing that they can get that high is probably a great thing. So
I definitely got the flack from some people on Facebook like, this doesn't cash flow. And I was like, yeah, nothing cash flows if you're looking to just buy it and let it sit. I think you got to invest in it to make it cash flow.
yes, yes, it is an investment property now, not a cash cow. So yeah, if it was a cash cow, no one would ever sell anything. They would just cash checks. So
I
very
know.
different.
Well, the sellers even were like, well, if it doesn't sell, then we're fine to just up the rents ourselves, like we're not desperate to sell it. We just want to have more income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, team meeting should be awesome today. So if you can, definitely make it. Uh, it's I don't know
So
exactly what to say.
conversations.
Conversations, that's what I'm the word I'm looking for. Yeah, thanks, Ritz. So should be good. So hopefully we'll see you there today and then keep going. Keep
Awesome.
talking.
Thanks.
People like Costco.
Yeah, I know.